Welcome, and thank you for joining this presentation. My name is Pieter de Haan, and over the next 15 minutes I would like to guide you through the best practices in designing floors and walls and how they can affect the food safety within your food process environments.
Stonhard is a global operating manufacturer and installer of hygienic resin solutions. We've been there since 1922 to solve our customers' problems. One of our key values at Stonhard is safety. Safety for people working for us, but also contributing to the food safety in food process environments. We have several flooring systems that have the HACCP International Program certification. We believe that cooperation and sharing best practices can lead to a better world. It all starts with awareness. So if you would ask the question, how many bacteria are alive on Earth today? Then you would see that there's a lot, a 5 with a lot of zeros. And what would be the ratio of the bacteria to human cells in your body? Just to have an idea, it's 1.3 to 1. So that's 39 trillion bacteria cells living among 30 trillion human cells. That's amazing. But what is needed for bacteria to replicate? That is nutrients, water, and temperature. Everything you have in your facility. So nutrients, temperature, and water could lead to bacteria growth. You can control some parts of it by reducing the amount of water, but also reducing the amount of possible places where a biofilm could form is a big part of it. I will come back to highlight these places later on. So what are the threats? Well, in this slide we see that most bacterial issues of food recalls in the US have been Salmonella, but also mainly Listeria. Harmful bacterial growth could lead to contamination of the food produced, which could lead to food recalls, health damage, but in the end, it might even lead to image damage of your brand or company. Remember, damaged floors can be easily restored. That might be different for your reputation. Listeria is dangerous because it can lead to an illness called listeriosis. And especially for vulnerable people and pregnant women, it can be deadly. The microbes even survive in a freezer. And once they're inside your facility, in the food and production environment, they can sometimes contaminate food products. And they can live there for years. They can be found in food products like uncooked and processed meat, vegetables, dairy products, cooked and processed foods, and smoked fish, for instance. Coming back to the main sources for bacteria to hide. A study has shown that in 23% of the cases, it could be found in drains, 40% is found in cleaning equipment, and 17% is found in floors, curbs, and walls.
And only 2% is related to the food production surfaces like machines. I like to think that's because of the great effort that has been put into improvements over the years. But I think it's time now we put in more joint effort in avoiding the hazards that are still there in drains, walls, curbs, and of course floors. Let me show you some of the challenges we've seen in our day-to-day routine. From left to right, you can see examples of wrong cove details. The second one, wrong systems. So a self-leveler where self-leveler shouldn't be used. And maybe it's also an epoxy where an PU should be used. I'll come back to that later on. We'll see problems with drain capacity. We see problems with slope. So where the drain is higher than the rest of the floor. All things that can be fixed. Sometimes people trust surfaces to be closed, but in close-up, on the right side, close-up of a tile with a joint in between, you couldn't see with a normal eye, but in close-up through a loupe, through a microscope, the joints are cracked. And water with bacteria is free to hide and grow in the construction beneath. Seamless resin systems would be the right solution here. This example shows the wearing of unprotected new concrete. Results after only 6 months of SIP cleaning chemicals, higher temperature, and also milk acids. Another example of chemical attack, this time by fruit acids and sugars. These fruit juices that damage the unprotected concrete floors for several centimeters deep. Some cementitious-based flooring systems are only suited for cleaning temperatures till 50 degrees Celsius. They wear off or damage because of the chemicals and the temperature, or even the organic acids that come from the food that is produced. So what's needed? We need floors, curbs, drains, non-absorbing, non-porous, corrosion resistant, non-toxic, easy to clean, low maintenance, and sharp proof. For that, we believe we need to look beyond our own scope of floors and walls. We're not there just for the floor and wall systems. Every other component in that room that is connected with our system could influence the quality of a total hygienic solution. Within AHEDGE, we found in Polystow curbs and Blücher drains our global partners fighting the same challenges. If you are working for a manufacturer of products or provide a service that relates to our solutions, please feel free to contact me so we together can see if we could serve our customers even better. This detail shows the connection between our resin mortar floor and the Polystow polymer composite curb. The open spaces behind traditional stainless steel or concrete curbs are often a big source of listeria. Our mortar system with the hand-troweled cove base connects the floor seamless with the curb. The top of the curb is sealed with a high-tech sealant. This system is closed and prevents that buildup. The connection between this Blücher Hygienic Pro drain with our Stonhard mortar floor system is secured due to the details in the strong and completely filled edge of the drain. Because of water temperatures, stainless steel intends to expand and shrink, of course. These round edges help to prevent damage to the floors. There is far less tension between the drain and the floor than in case of a square-edged drain. The Hygienic Pro is even designed to reduce the amount of water that is needed. And this all adds up to a total hygienic solution for your food processing facilities. Floors, drains, curbs are all connected as one. And based on the principles of the AHEDGE document 44 guidelines. Now back to the floors. Stonhard can offer a quick scan for your facility, in which we would ask about mechanical, thermal, and chemical loads. Are there any ESD requirements? What kind of slip resistance would you need? And some other questions that can all differ per room or even per area in a room. The main resin types used in a foods facility are epoxy and polyurethane or PU. Both have self-leveling and mortar variations. But we mainly advise to use PU systems for cold and wet food environments, and this is why. Both have great mechanical and chemical resistant features. But PU is thermal shock resistant. We speak of thermal shock if the difference between the floor and, for instance, the cleaning water or SIP fluids is more than 37 degrees Celsius. It also gives us the possibility to install the systems at a lower room temperature. And PU is less moisture sensitive during the installation than epoxy. So, circumstances during installations in a new built facility are important, but we should look beyond. How are the circumstances when fully operating? If you want to change anything or when maintenance is needed, downtime should be as short as possible in the future. This all adds up in the total cost of ownership. To understand the difference between self-leveling and mortar systems, it's most important to remember that mortars are 4 to 6 millimeters and even 9 millimeters thick, and self-levelers are only 2 to 3 millimeters thick. Obviously, this has an impact on the mechanical and thermal resistance of both systems. Self-levelers are limited and mortar systems are the high resistant systems, and therefore mortars are the most durable for high maintenance production environments. Stonhard offers a wide range of solutions for your facility. High resistant systems for your production areas, as well as front of the house decorative systems for your offices, canteens and changing rooms. Systems for light use, medium use, and heavy use, of course. What makes us different? Stonhard has a single source and turnkey operation approach with over 350 sales and project managers and 200 installation teams worldwide. This means we not only produce our own systems, but we also install them directly for you. One warranty on product and on installation. Our sales managers are also the project managers, so as a customer you only have one contact.
We take responsibility. We install over 450,000 square meters of floor systems per month worldwide. 95% of our customers are repeat customers. We have several specialized teams to support end customers, GCs, architects and engineers. And we have a global team connecting your needs with our solutions worldwide, making sure you can meet the same quality standards no matter where you are located in the world. We currently operate in 65 countries, 7 production locations on 5 continents around the world. Proudly serving our customers in the food and beverage industry. With always a focus on the details. Which lead to a total hygienic solution.
Thank you for joining this presentation, which I hope will contribute to your awareness about hygienic design flooring. Please feel free to contact me through LinkedIn or reach out to me with any of your questions through mail. And you will see my mail address on the other side. Thank you.